Ahoy there! So, things don't always go exactly according to plan when you buy an RV and haven't actually, run everything through. Now, the owner was 100% upfront about everything. The one thing he cautioned us about was that the refrigerator was sort of acting up. He found a loose wire, reattached it, and he said, but still keep an eye on it, which was good advice, because turned out the refrigerator was slightly less than reliable. So we made a command decision to stay an extra day in Duluth, which, when you've got a flight that's like a week or a week and a half, whatever it is, away, and you have to get through Canada during the whole pandemic thing, that's stressful. But we made that command decision, ran to Home Depot in Duluth, and Jen and I decided to give it a try to be RV mechanics and reinstall a refrigerator. Now, let's be clear, this is not a how-to video. This is more like a, here's what happened, and here's what we were able to film during a little bit of craziness and some uncertainty. So here you go. And we're not experts at how to do it, but it worked, and nothing broke. Hope you enjoy. So the refrigerator, we knew the refrigerator was 50-50. And by 50-50, not only the odds, but apparently the degrees Fahrenheit that it winds up cooling to, which of course anything between 40 and 140, at least is what I was taught, are the temperatures where you don't want to let your food get, because then it spoils. So we drove the entire rig into the dump here.
Into the Appliance Recycling Center.
And so now,
in Duluth, Minnesota.
Yeah, Duluth, Minnesota. And so now we're up here on the just off the Rice Lake Road. I'm taking the doors off because it won't fit with the doors in here.
The dinette's in the way.
Yep.
And we have it folded down right now for storage.
My infatuation with getting a 6-way screwdriver is really paying off here.
Well, it took you 4 stores to find one.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Show you the move-in because we needed all hands on deck for that. Barry's putting the door on.
So, little disclaimer here. Video's not the best work, but then again, we had our 11-year-old operating the camera, and she doesn't really have a lot of experience with it yet. Great kid, but, it was new to her. The other thing is the lighting is less than good. But let's face it, when you're dealing with this kind of stuff, on the video, you'll see we're being pretty pleasant. And we were able to be pleasant and cordial. We're still married. Nothing happened. But this kind of thing is stressful. And something that you probably want to know as an RV camper type, it's important to remember to keep your emotions in check, because things do go wrong. And you have to mitigate issues. But as long as you keep your eye on the ball, stay relaxed, reach out to all the different sources that you have for research, which with the internet and everything nowadays, that's an awful lot. You can get through it. Just remember, keep your eye on the ball and have fun, no matter what. Okay, so we always need to include a tech tip whenever we do stuff. Here's the thing. We always have a refrigerator thermometer and a freezer thermometer to monitor everything. Because you always want to remember, and you'll hear me say it in the video, anything between 40 degrees and 140 degrees Fahrenheit is no good. Because that's when things spoil. We have those in every one. So we've got like 4 or 5 freezers here at the house. Because, you know, it's Alaska and you do the subsistence thing. So I got to tell you, we monitor refrigerators and we monitor freezers like crazy. Because it's not worth getting sick over. But at the same time, you got to monitor it and keep track of everything. But you keep reading that gauge and you realize things are cycling too far in and out. It's not working. Now, when it comes to RVs themselves, I can tell you that you have a couple options. You can go with the 2-way or 3-way. The 3-way ones are usually propane, 12 volt, and 110. The 2-way are usually propane or 12 volt. Or you can do what we did, and the previous owner did, which is go 1-way, 110. Nowadays, with inverters, lithium iron phosphate batteries, solar chargers, all the things that are available, we're big fans of 110. Yes, you lose a little bit of energy converting from DC to AC, whether it's 12, 24, or 48 volt. When it's being converted from DC to AC, it goes through an inverter. AC to DC, it would be called a converter. When you're inverting the electricity or converting, you lose a little bit to heat. But at the end of the day, we like the simplicity. We like having a real compressor and real Freon versus the ammonia and the heater or the fire. And fire is a big thing. We don't have pictures, but we can tell you from experience, a good friend of ours parked his camper in front of our house on a surface that was less than level. And let's just say he gave me about the only thing that was left of his fifth wheel, which was the door. Pretty much everything else was wasted. And that door turned into my ice fishing shack, which is now his ice fishing shack, which is another story. But anyway, bottom line, safety-wise, you can't beat the 110s. I don't care what anybody says, I guess. But the 110, no fire, no heat, much safer. Because that's usually why you have to park your RV on a level surface. We prefer level anyway, but that's how that works. That's why we went with 110, and I can tell you, we took it out last weekend up between Talkeetna and Denali on the mainland in Alaska here. That'll be a video that's coming up, and it worked perfectly. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy it, please hit like and subscribe. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or the new platform for campers, which is totally cool and not endorsed by us. You know, well, approved, but not endorsed. Our Village.